Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome to another video. Today we have Björn, that was the person who started the idea of the Naturist symbol, and we have Eric, that is the person who administrates the website and other social media that we'll be talking about. The reason why we're making this video is because we previously had a conversation with Nick and Linz, and we were talking about several topics, and some of the topics that came up were regarding the Naturist symbol. So Björn and Eric would like to have the opportunity to share with you guys a little bit more information regarding this Naturist symbol. And before we get started, you guys can find this at naturistsymbol.org. And there you will find a lot of information on the symbol, social media, and so on. So Björn, can you tell us what part of our conversation your viewers reached out to you and thought that would be good to clarify?
Well, there's one thing. We're going to start off. Most of this was praise, lots of praise. They thought it was great. They thought it was fantastic. But there was one major complaint, and I cannot count how many times people made this complaint. They said, "You talked about it for an hour. You talked about it for 10 minutes with naked wanderings, but you never took the time to show the damn thing." Not once was the symbol anywhere in the picture. So, right?
I don't think
I don't know, it's probably too bright.
It's
there
probably
you go.
Too bright.
So I think I've shown it now for everybody to see it. This is what it is. So you can stop complaining, people. Right?
I actually
this is it.
Would like to take a step further and share with everyone the website, the Naturist symbol. So here is the Naturist symbol, and these are a lot of practical uses that you can take advantage of. As you can see, you could even carve it in a pumpkin. Too bad Halloween is over. So
let's do another one.
Oh, see, and there you had one of the tattoos. Did you see the tattoo go by?
There was actually a tattoo there. Correct.
I now know of 3 people that have tattoos of this thing on their bodies. There's, well, actually, yeah. So there's a lady who has a tattoo now on her wrist, of the thing on the inside of her wrist. And there's a fellow called Jason I think he's the one in the picture. He's got it sort of on his ankle.
Yeah.
There's a fellow in California who's got it on his shoulder. And there's somebody else on Twitter who's got a poll going right now asking people where he should put it.
Wow.
So I think it's gaining acceptance.
Yes. So I also received the same complaint that people wanted to see the symbol, and I guess it didn't occur to me, or I wanted an excuse to make another video. I don't know, maybe. Marketing.
Yeah.
But there's the symbol, guys. So you guys know where you can find it, naturistsymbol.org. So what else would you like to mention regarding the conversation we had?
So a couple of people still do not understand why a symbol is important. In fact, in the video you made with Naked Wanderings, which I enjoyed pretty much, by the way, I just want to say in the last hour, I think, the question of the symbol comes up. And the question also is posed, why is this symbol important? Right? We just don't know. And once again, the symbol is there, so it covers two fields. One, it's so that naturists recognize other naturist venues and that people can advertise with it. For example, our bed and breakfast is naturist friendly. Our bowling night, and you have the symbol in the corner, then you know the only balls won't be bowling balls that night, that sort of thing, right? You can use it for that. It's also for the people who do not, they feel, like I said in the other video, the only naturist or the only nudist in the valley or in the village. When people are looking for fellowship, that sort of thing. So it covers both bases. It's not just for the people who are in the closet and looking for others. It's also for organizations, venues, dare I say it, federations, who are looking for another way to address the naturist public. And before this comes up again, because 2 or 3 people have said this to me, is this supposed to supplant or replace other symbols. No, you can, for example, when I go into the petrol station, they've got 5 different symbols there for the different kinds of petrol. They've got the different credit cards, they use banking cards, that sort of thing. There's no problem. I have no reason why I see no reason why you can't have the naturist symbol next to your established federation symbol, next to your beach symbol, next to whatever else you've got. So that would be the big thing, because this keeps coming up.
In other words, this is a discrete way for the community to connect without the need to have the word naked or naturist or all in your face.
Exactly.
This is used by people who would like other people within the same community to recognize them, to reach out to them, or simply to promote our lifestyle.
Absolutely. It has to be discreet enough that people will use it. Because people, for example, you mentioned your favorite one, which is the triangle with the rays and the naked lady and carrying on, which is very popular in the Benelux countries and in France. That is just too explicit for, ma and pa, and put on the back of their station wagon when they drive down to whatever, the Wawa or the Piggly Wiggly or whatever. That's not going to work. So it had to be something that was abstract enough. I was discussing this with somebody else, and I said it's like a national flag when you think about it. The black, red, and gold of the German flag or the Belgian flag or the red, white, and blue, that doesn't say anything about France. But we associate these colors. We associate the flags with the countries. Just like that, this symbol should be associated with naturism, but it does not tell you what naturism is, because that's the big thing. So, in fact, Eric said this very well in one of his tweets, I believe it was. It could just be a pink dot, right? Yeah. What it actually depicts is not that important. It's the idea behind it that's important.
Yes, that's correct. I actually mentioned in the conversation with Nick and Linz that the symbol is irrelevant. What's relevant is the wide adoption and the use of it. And just so people don't complain that we didn't share my favorite symbol, and because it's irrelevant now, because we've already chosen one, and I'm very happy with the new one, I want to share this one. This is the orange triangle. And as you can see, both of these examples are pretty in your face. So
yes,
too explicit.
That was the problem with the symbol that I liked. I mean, I'm in your face kind of naturist, so I don't really mind people knowing, but I do understand that it's definitely not going to reach its full potential if it's too explicit.
Yeah, I mean, if we think about some of the people that have contacted us recently in Central and South America, or there was one fellow who wrote recently from the Lebanon. I have no idea how he got my address, but whatever he said, I don't think they could paste that on the back of their car legally. I just don't think that would be possible without some sort of ramifications. We needed a symbol that people could paste somewhere, and use, that sort of thing.
And definitely in those countries where nudity is even prosecuted, or it's good to have something that could be discreet. Okay.
Exactly. So I have another point here, because this keeps coming up, and you actually showed us the webpage before, but I think I'm going to ask Eric to say something, because he is the webmaster and he's the man behind spreading it here. Can you just say something about the webpage and where you can get it? Because people say, I can't find it and I don't know how much it costs. Well, firstly, it costs nothing, but Eric, would you mind telling us how we can find the symbol?
Yeah, it is basically very simple. You just go to the website, and then there is a menu, and then the second item is called download.
Where it says download, yes.
Yeah, and I thought it was quite obvious and then you just click on any of those green download buttons, and you can put it on your computer or your phone or wherever you want to use it.
Exactly.
and then you do a right click, and then you save it on your computer.
Exactly, and there are different formats. Exactly, save image as, exactly, and then it goes into wherever, exactly.
Yeah.
And the different formats with different backgrounds. I personally, nothing against Silly Bear's original design. I just prefer the black background myself. But
I noticed.
This one right here, right? And
yeah,
there's an extra large and a small version of it.
exactly. I just think it makes the colors pop out a bit more. I just think it's more expressive, and I can put it on different background. But it's to each their own. Some people like the white. Some people have already replaced the waves with rainbows and carry on, that sort of thing.
Another thing that I would like to address regarding the naturist symbol that we didn't address in our conversation about it was the creator of the naturist symbol, that is Silly Bear, sillybear.com. I'm not sure if there's any nudity inside the website, and since I want to be able to use this video on different platforms.
I don't believe so.
You don't?
But,
okay. So let's take a look. All right. So here, I think it's the use and the licensing that is a common use license or something like that.
Yes.
Can you explain to us how the licensing works?
It basically means that everyone can use it any way he or she likes. You can alter it, and you can make money with it, but you cannot claim any copyrights after you made any change.
Okay, perfect.
So, and also in his very first introduction, when the competition started, he said, I just chose these colors, but if you want to make it just one single color, just go ahead. So
I think that's important because maybe some people would think that the creator is personally benefiting from the symbol, and that's not the case.
No, not at all. No. Because that was the original idea, so that everybody can use it, because it's not a money-making scheme, right? It's designed so that everybody across the naturist universe, if I may say that, can use it without any monetary considerations.
Okay.
And I would also like to encourage every creative person to create items with the symbol. And if you make a web shop or make it a part of a web shop or whatsoever, just send me the link and I will add it to the website, because the more people are becoming creative with the symbol, the more adaptation will occur.
So tell us, Eric, a little bit about the ambassador program. How does that work? What is it intended to do?
Yeah, so the idea is that people use the symbol on their website and put also a link back to naturistsymbol.org. And as everyone knows, that's important for SEO. I just checked before we had this conversation. It took Google a few weeks to learn what the naturist symbol is. But now if you ask Google, it comes up with already a lot of images and also the website. So that's going well. But the more websites are referring to naturistsymbol.org, the better it will be known. And so in the ambassador program, I also mentioned the possibility to be a sponsor. And that is for those who are financially supporting this not yet existing organization, because it's basically just Björn, Jacob, and myself who are running this. And we are making some costs. And so if someone wants to sponsor, basically we are just sponsoring ourselves at this very moment.
Okay, so anyone that would like to help the website and also the promotion and all the work that you guys are doing to get the symbol out there so more people can adopt it and use it, where can they make these donations?
That is not yet in place.
Okay, but they can find it whenever it's in place at naturistsymbol.org, right?
Yeah. So well, now that we're on the air, at this moment, I'm looking for people speaking exotic languages who are willing to translate, because the English part of the website is now finished. So now it's time to get the translations done. Björn is going to take care of German. I'm going to do the Dutch part. And I already found someone for Danish, for French, but there's some more languages in this world. So, and
I don't think we have Spanish yet, do we?
Wink, wink. Yeah, I was expecting to do that. As you guys probably know, my English and Spanish, my language skills are horrible, but I could definitely look for someone that can probably help us with that.
perfect.
That would be sweet. Yeah, that'd be sweet. But we're also looking for people, you know, Portuguese. We were talking about Portuguese a couple minutes ago, Hector and I. That would be something, because there is a naturist movement in Brazil that's coming up rather, you know, quickly.
Yeah, very strong.
So that'd be something worth supporting.
Yep.
And this brings me to my last point, which is federation acceptance, because we were talking about, will the federations eventually accept it? If enough people at the grassroots level are using it, and enough organizations, enough venues and events are using it, the federations will eventually, through the back door, I think, adopt, or at least maybe not adopt it, but they'll at least recognize it, sort of thing. I don't necessarily expect a lot of negative feedback or pushback, sort of, oh no, how horrible, you didn't ask us first, you know, that sort of thing. I don't really expect that. But there could be, maybe it's still coming. But,
I think, I'm not sure this is what I predict is going to happen. I think some of the smaller federations will adopt it fairly easily, but maybe the International Naturist Federation or AANR or other organizations that are huge, they might be a little bit slower to adopt it. But I guess if enough of their members promote it and request them to, we could get them to adopt it as well.
Because I am aware of a resort in Louisiana. One of your Patreons was at a resort in Louisiana recently. They are adopting the symbol. They've got it stuck up. They've got the stickers up, that sort of thing. I mean, other places are doing that as well. I mean, the elves are out there spreading the word, right? Eventually, it's going to hit, you know, higher up as well. But I think, yeah, that covers all of those bases. It also covers all of the questions that I have received. I don't know if Eric has received any others, but those were...
Well, the questions I receive, I put on the FAQ page. As we also made a page with the entire history, so people can look back how we came to the symbol that was chosen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they can find all this information at naturistsymbol.org. There's a history area, a tab on the top. There's a frequently asked question tab. And there's also several small flags depending on the languages that we can translate this into. And I'm sure that as time goes by, we'll probably run out of space in the top.
Let's hope.
Then we'll have to find another way to get all those languages listed there. Yeah.
Okay. So anything else that you guys would like to mention?
Not that I can think of. Oh, there's one thing. Some people say, are there also pictures of the past, of the ones that didn't make it? And I said, yes, they're also there. Because some people are curious. In fact, you showed us a couple minutes ago two of them that didn't make it. So, yeah, they're all there.
On the history page.
I'm searching on the website and I don't see where the previous...
Are they not on the history page?
Yeah, they are.
All right. Yeah, you're right. They're in the history page. Let me just quickly show them to the audience to make sure they get the opportunity to see these symbols. So this is a history tab. And here is a timeline of what took place, the rounds, what symbols were within each one of these rounds. I suppose
some of my favorites have just gone by. There's some of those I really liked as well. You know, they didn't quite make it, but I'm not going to name names.
Yeah, well, I already decided to make it public. I also really like this one that wasn't as much in your face, um,
Yes.
Yeah, I
or
agree.
this one. But, you know, as I mentioned, I didn't want to say anything during the voting because I didn't want to influence the result. And I think that the symbol that was chosen is a really good symbol. And I feel that, you know, regardless of what symbol it is, regardless if we like it or not, if we agree that this is something important that could benefit our community, I think it's something that we should all support and stand by.
Well said.
Okie dokie, guys. Well,
Thank you very much for letting us address those questions.
you're welcome, and thank you for being on. I don't know what kind of show this is yet. I'm calling it a podcast, but the idea is to have the opportunity to have unscripted conversations with a lot of people that are working towards normalizing nudity. And you guys have been doing a great job at it. I think that I wasn't well equipped to answer all of the questions that were brought up during our conversation with Naked Wonderings. And now that you guys have had the opportunity to clarify it, I hope people have the opportunity to listen to this with an open mind, and hopefully we can get more people to adopt and support this symbol. So thank you guys for listening, and you guys can find all the links in the description of this video on YouTube, or you could find it on my personal Twitter. My Twitter account is twitter.com/@ or wait, let me go into my website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm
That's a
forgetting it.
difficult one.
Yeah, it's
Just go
/
to Naturist Symbol.org,
yeah. Well,
and there you find it.
So it's twitter.com/_Hector_MTZ. And you can also find all the information regarding the symbol at naturistsymbol.org. And I think you can also find the social media on the website, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, then. Well,
If I can just say one more thing.
sure, go ahead.
I would like to ask everybody who has ideas how we can promote the symbol to speak out. Send me an email. You find it all on the website, or use Twitter or whatever you're using, because we need all ideas, because with the few guys we cannot make all the best ideas. We need input from all over the world. So please help us.
All right, alrighty then. So I'm going to stop the recording, and I'll see you guys in the next one.